Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are we?
How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good, I'm great, thanks.
Well, for those in chat that don't know, because there's a couple of people in chat right now that might not know, this is Joe, who's the vocalist of Ursus. They're a
What's
UK
up?
band. If you're into your heavy stuff, then give these boys a listen, because it's an attack on the ears. It's fun.
Please listen to us. Please, get listening to us.
Well, yeah, thank you very much for giving some time and coming on. Appreciate it, man. Really is.
No worries, mate. No, I appreciate you doing all the React videos, so yeah, it's got to be done.
Oh, it's cool. I've been checking out your covers as well. I was watching the Slipknot one before.
Oh, yeah,
Unreal.
my Vermilion cover, yeah.
Unreal. It's the thing for me with you is watching your covers. It's the facial expressions. It's like that dude's possessed in certain parts, you know.
I got to try and look a bit angry, you know. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing another Slipknot one. So if your viewers want to give me a suggestion of what other Slipknot song I should do, go mad.
Cool. There's a couple of people in chat into their
I
alternative
don't
stuff.
think it'd have the same effect if he was deadpan. Can you imagine that? Can you do that?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like totally deadpan.
I push my fingers into my eyes. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Do you know when we've got like there's a clean undertone going on, like
Yeah.
the actual backing vocals to it?
Yeah.
Well, he's starting to get into the scream, and it's like that dude's possessed. I'm telling you, honestly. But
I appreciate that.
But no, I was like, obviously, the people that have agreed to come on, for people in chat, like I discovered this band not so long ago, really. And it's one of them bands, and you know me from this channel, I don't just say things if I don't mean them. But literally heard one of the tracks from these boys and was like, holy shit, why have I not heard these before? And then since then, obviously the management there on with Marianne, who's a guest who's on later, we'll talk about it a bit more later on, but she was like, oh, if you like them, listen to these. I'm like, well, what's all these bands just coming out there? They're fucking sick.
Oh yeah, Marianne's got so many bands under her belt, it's absolutely ridiculous, and you can't go wrong with anything that she suggests.
No. Well, I've got one of my mods in chat is spamming out your social links to Facebook, Instagram, everything like that. If you're in the chat, one thing I didn't do was link it to your YouTube channel for covers, so feel free to post it.
It's cool. Just type in God Slaves vocal covers and you'll find me somewhere.
Yeah, if you're into your metal music and stuff like that, honestly,
Oh, there you go.
check his covers.
Jenny has a recommendation.
Oh, there you go. Wait and Bleed.
You know what? That was one of them. It was either that one, My Plague, or Vermilion, and I thought I'd go for Vermilion.
My Plague's a good one as well, though.
Yeah.
Old school stuff. But yeah, so one thing I wanted to ask, and I suppose a lot of people from most of them that are in chat at the minute might not get it, but is obviously, yes, we're going through a worldwide pandemic right now. I'm just gutted because gigs are nothing at the minute. You just can't do it. Is basically just how a band like yourselves, who, in my opinion, were kind of just starting to break out and become a name, and I suppose if you had a stage to get on, then.
Well, the pandemic really screwed us over because the EP came out in November, and I recorded. It came out in November 2020, and I recorded the final vocal tracks for it in September 2019. So to us, those tracks are old now. Like you've got more material waiting to go. But yeah, anyways, it really put things back. So to put things into perspective, we were going to shoot the music videos for Your God Is Dead and Dead Eyes in March of 2020.
Yeah.
That obviously didn't happen. It didn't happen until August, when some restrictions got slightly lifted and we could actually be in a room together somewhat. We had it really didn't do us any favors. We couldn't tour to promote it, so we just gave an absolute onslaught of music videos. Like every single track on the EP has a music video, so that was all, to an extent, that was pretty much all that we could do given what we had.
It's a solid EP. I mean, it's one of them things that I always say, it's very rare that it comes around, and I mean, you can probably agree with this too, but when you listen to an EP or an album, it's very rare that every single track is just as good as the last one. And
that's great to hear.
It was
honestly.
sad when it finished. It was one of them where I was like, dang, replay.
It was sad for me because I would have loved to have put like probably 2 more tracks into it, but we didn't really have much going on at that point. But no, that's really great to hear because if you listen to Self-Affliction and Totem, they were recorded probably, I want to say late 2017, 2018 maybe? I'm not sure. So there's a fair few years apart from the older 2 tracks and the newer 3 tracks. And if they still sound great collectively, then at least we're consistent and we're doing something right, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not massively into the heavy, but even your stuff is palatable, which is like kudos.
Thank you. That's kind of what we want to go for because we like to be angry. If you see once you see our live shows, you totally understand it. But
I can't wait.
I'm quite an angry person, so I get that.
Yeah. So we really like to mix with just the stupidly aggressive, heavy stuff, but we still want you to have our melody stuck in your head for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I think that was it. I think that was what the clincher was for me.
Yeah. I mean, even getting the features as well. You've had Connor, even having like the feature with Connor from Our Hollow Our Home as well. That was a sick idea.
No, that was great. We were really stoked for that, and it was great that we managed to get him into the music video as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, he smashed that feature.
No, it was I enjoyed that one because when I seen it, I was like, with your style of like the vocals and the music. Every time like a band gets in touch or something, like if it's one I've worked with before or one I've known or heard what their sound is like, I can kind of place where that feature is going to come in and how it kind of sounds. And when that song started, I was like, where the hell is Connor? Oh, there he is.
Yeah. I ain't really much. Yeah. There was never really any like direct writing process throughout the entirety of the EP to go, cool, we want a feature here, we want a feature here. It just sort of naturally happened, and we were like, who can we get into, you know, that we're close with and we want to be part of this experience with us? And obviously Our Hollow Our Home are on the same management team as us, so we thought, fuck it, let's get our boy Connor in and let him do his thing. And I just went, yeah, just do like this section here. And then James was like, but let's get him in like the pre-chorus bit as well. And yeah, rather than like your standard feature where it's gone, cool, here's your 4 lines there, have him dotted around the song just that little bit more, I think added quite a nice edge to it.
No, it really worked. I mean, when I started this channel, it was before, well, the pandemic was kind of creeping in, but it was kind of abroad still. It was, you know, China ways. It was on the news as the whole, like many people seeing the people dropping dead on the street, which we just know it didn't happen. And I started the channel and was like, I'm going to give this a go. I mean, anyone in chat might know I'm actually friends and know Truant, who used to do Truant Reacts. So it was kind of a little bit of a push.
Is he still going though? Because he actually reacted when we first released Self-Affliction, he did a reaction video for
he's stopped now. I mean, I found him completely by random. I mean, he didn't mention anything. I didn't really know him that well at the time. And I mean, I own a vape business, so I used to do the vape reviews. Still do, but occasionally less now because obviously with this. And he used to be a vape reviewer, so he was doing his thing. One day he just stopped. And it was that crazy time of a night when you're watching all the mental videos on YouTube. And I was doing something else, heard the Scouse accent and went, oh, that's what was then Vape and Truant Reviews, doing metal reactions with 30,000 subscribers out of nowhere. I was like, oh, wow, instant subscribe. And it was him that gave me the little bit of the extra push to, you've got the sense of humour. People will love the crazy stuff.
Brilliant, I mean, you definitely chose the right time of the decade to do it, really.
It was literally pure fluke, wasn't it?
It was fluke, but I mean, the good thing with it is... Obviously, you know, lockdown became a thing in February, March of 2020 or 20...
It's literally crazy thinking about it.
2020,
It's been a year.
And it's crazy to see how the scene is kind of not relied as such because they've got their own outlets and promotional places, but the only real other place they could come to was YouTube because people watch music on there.
Yeah.
Totally agree. A friend of mine started streaming games on Facebook as lockdown hit, and he's always been into games really heavy, and he's just got like this cult following now. It's crazy. He's just blown up, but he's done it at just the right time that people relied on that sort of content to get them through.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're both doing fantastic things right now. So,
well, the thing with lockdown for me, I mean, it's the channel, and I always say that I'm stupidly lucky for it to have grown the way it's grown. But for someone as a fan of music anyway, and a fan of alternative music, the amount of new bands and new artists, and it's just crazy that you've got into even the bands I knew of and I've heard of when they've sent a message or something. But people that get in touch and they're like, check out my band, and you do, and you're like, yeah, they're now just going on the playlist forever. Solid. I mean, Ursus are one of them,
and so many nice people.
Yeah, you've got
so many friends now.
The likes of Stee, Chris, Evan, Tom, Jack, 7th C. They're another one. Lestelle, who are hopefully coming on later, who I adore. But it's been, as much as it's been a really shit time for music, because one of the best things about it is gigs and going to a live show. It's also been pretty good because I don't know if you've managed to see it from your side of things, but bands possibly are gaining more fans because people are stuck in front of screens and are being.
It's literally like it's a captive audience.
Yeah.
All people have to do is
it's
to
almost
search for new music.
What it seems to me is, as soon as the lockdown hit, when it came to bands, especially releasing music, it was either you sink or you swim, you adapt or you die, basically, because you're just you're in an industry, and then all of a sudden it's turned upside down, and you have to completely adapt what you're doing and how you do things.
Yeah.
So, I think it's ruined a lot of bands, and it's been very close to ruining even more. But if you come out strong the other end, then there's nothing that's going to hold you back. If a global pandemic can't hold you back from gaining momentum, then you're laughing. Yeah.
It's just such a shame, because one of the things that would have been great having the channel now would have been, you see the posts coming up. I mean, I got Architects tickets. I was lucky enough to get them before they literally sold out for Liverpool. But it's like if there was no pandemic and I discovered the band, I'd be like, right, I'm buying tickets to that show. When are the next playing? And I could just go.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, okay, I'm going to need to remortgage the house to afford all the tickets to the people I want
to see. In the same respect, though, I think people, when gigs do and live music does come back, people are going to be that much more hyped for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm really excited, because there's a lot of times that you hear people preaching to support your local scene and etc., but they never show up to shows anyways. But I think this is really going to give a good revival, and people are going to be excited about live music again. And even the small time bands are going to be packing out small rooms just because people are that excited. Yeah. Not even just to hear new music, but just to get out.
Yeah.
And I think that's, even though the music industry has really suffered this last year, I think we're going to see a massive boom in attendance to even small time shows.
I just hope that once the restrictions end, I mean, the golden date at the minute is like June the 21st or something, isn't it? I just hope that people don't just, as soon as they're lifted totally, because they're lifted, they don't start being stupid and trying to over maximize their venues and stuff just to get that extra bit of revenue in, because it's just going to bring it back.
Yeah, and obviously that's down to the venues themselves, but I like to think individuals are going to be sensible once the restrictions are lifted. I know for me personally, I feel strange going out without a mask now.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say I will not walk into a music venue without a mask. Even with these restrictions up, I'm still going to be careful. And everybody else does, so we can keep things rolling and we can keep going to live shows.
I mean, my opinion on the whole thing is, if you've got to wear a little bit of cloth over your face to be able to see your favourite band, is it really such an issue?
Not at all.
No.
And I think if it is an issue for somebody, then they didn't really like that band that much anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, me and you both, gigs have always been one of our things to do. That we make like a whole night of it. We'll go out drinking beforehand. We'll enjoy the gig.
Yeah.
Like I went to see Parkway at the Manchester Apollo. Was it?
Ooh.
Was it the Apollo? I don't know. It was one of them. And I walked over to the merch stand at the end of the night and was like, one of everything in XXL. And he just looked at me. He went, everything? I was like, the hoodie, the hat, all the t-shirts, the lanyard, the album, the vinyl, everything. So be prepared at your gig.
I was really gutted because myself and my partner, we have a daughter and we don't get out all that much. And we both recently, just before the lockdown, we started going to more shows together, like larger bands that we like to see. Like we saw Motionless in White a couple of months before things went down. We had tickets to see Lamb of God in April, which we missed out on, obviously. You know, we had a whole line of shows that we were really excited for, and just missed out on so much.
I mean, we had the old school tickets, didn't we?
We had
the Funeral for a Friend.
No way.
Yeah, we managed to get them. It's like the last ever tour.
They were so sought after, weren't they?
Yeah, it's been rescheduled, luckily.
Yeah, it's been rescheduled about 4 times now.
But that's another thing I hope that doesn't happen. Like, there's gigs that now are being booked very, very close to the wire. Like the Architects one is like 3 days after the restrictions lifted. I'm kind of, don't cancel that.
I can say we've booked shows very close to that wire as well.
Yeah.
And we're in the process of booking more.
You've got to.
We are organising those dates, but with a backup date as well.
Yeah.
So it's not as if things are going ahead without a plan B. So hopefully,
I think the question...
We're going to see a lot more of that.
The question we want to know is, you coming to Liverpool?
Yeah.
What's happening there?
Oh.
But don't know. Connection just went unstable.
Have I lost you guys here?
Oh, there we go.
No, you're back. I think. I think it's on.
Sorry.
Don't like that very much.
No,
yeah, are you coming to Liverpool?
Sorry?
Are you coming to Liverpool?
I would love to. I've been meaning to make a trip up there for quite some time. Fun fact for you guys: 2 of our music videos were shot in Liverpool. So
which ones?
There's that. Totem and Self-Affliction.
Nice. Okay.
So the abandoned place that you see in Self-Affliction is Barton Hall.
I haven't heard of that one.
I haven't heard of that either.
Have I lost you guys yet? No. Okay. So we hadn't heard of it, and we basically, is it Barton Hall or something similar? And we were struggling for a venue to do it, and then all of a sudden Matt Daly from Clearway Media was like, yo, I've found this place, it's 100 quid for the day, let's go do it. So
I don't know what's going on.
It doesn't like it, does it?
It's OBS.
So I'm there immediately. Is it me?
No, I think it could be the internet connection at the minute. It just seems a little bit unstable.
Yeah, we're dropping frames like that.
I have issues with my internet. I basically run it off of potato.
And I don't think it's...
I think a part of it as well is that we're fucking running this at like crazy 1080p, like 60 frames. So that might be the issue too.
Oh, yeah, that'll probably do it. I'm just running off my phone.
I did calm it down, but...
There we go.
We're back. I've only just seen the time, and as much as I could speak to Joe all night about everything Ursus and metal music, I've just noticed that Mikey has just jumped into the waiting room. So, but Joe,
sorry, Mikey.
Thank you so much, dude, for giving some of your time.
Mate. Thank you for having me,
and really appreciate all the support with the shares and everything.
Come up and play in Liverpool soon.
Yeah,
I can honestly say that Northern shows are being planned.
Yeah.
Immediately. So as soon as we can make it public, we'll let you know, and we'll get you on guest list.
Ah, perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Well, yeah, for people in chat, if you haven't already, Stevie's putting the links in. Go over and give Ursus a follow and listen and stream and YouTube them and everything. They're amazing. But
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Joe. It's really appreciated.
Cool, no problem. Enjoy talking to the rest of the guys.
Yeah, take care.
Thank you. See ya.
Peace.